London Has Fallen is a 2016 political action thriller film directed by Babak Najafi and written by Creighton, Rothenberger, Katrin, Benedikt, Chad St. John, and Christian Gudegast. It is the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen, 2013, and second installment in the Has Fallen film series, and stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman, with Alan Money about Bull, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster, Jackie Earle Haley, Melissa Leo, Radha Mitchell, Sean O'Brien, and Waleed Zouater in supporting roles. In the film, Secret Service agent Mike Banning must protect United States President Benjamin Asher from terrorists who orchestrated a threat against the G7 during the British Prime Minister's funeral in London. Filming began in London on October 24, 2014. The film was released in the United States by Focus Features under their recently revived Gramercy Pictures label on March 4, 2016. It grossed $205.9 million worldwide and received negative reviews. A third film, titled Angel Has Fallen, was released on August 23, 2019. Plot: G8 intelligence services locate Pakistani arms trafficker and terrorist mastermind Amir Barkawi at his compound and authorize a drone strike during his daughter's wedding, killing Barkawi's family and presumably Barkawi himself. 2 years later, the British Prime Minister James Wilson has suddenly died, and the G7 leaders prepare to attend his funeral in London. Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs assigns Agent Mike Banning to lead U.S. President Benjamin Asher's overseas security detail, although Banning's wife Leah is shortly to give birth. Air Force One lands at Stansted Airport, and Banning arranges an earlier arrival at Somerset House in London via Marine One. As Asher's presidential car arrives at St. Paul's Cathedral, an army of mercenaries led by Barkawi's son Cameron launch coordinated attacks on the city. They are disguised as Metropolitan Police, the Queen's Guardsmen, and other first responders, killing the leaders of Canada, Germany, Japan, Italy, and France. They damage major landmarks and generate mass panic. Asher's early arrival throws off the St. Paul's attack, and Banning returns Asher and Jacobs to Marine One. Islamic terrorists with Stinger missiles force a crash landing in Hyde Park, killing Jacobs. Banning escorts Asher into the London Underground as the city's power is lost and residents shelter indoors. In Washington, D.C., Vice President Alan Trumbull investigates the incident with British authorities while trying to track down Asher. He receives a call from Barkawi, still alive and in Sana'a. Seeking revenge for the drone strike that killed his daughter and having poisoned Wilson to lure the G7 leaders to London, Barkawi promises to live stream Asher's execution when Cameron captures him. Trumbull orders his staff to locate Barkawi's businesses to find any connection to the attack, while British authorities stand down all first responders so those left in the open can be identified as terrorists. After leaving a sign to be picked up by satellite, Banning leads Asher to a safe house, where MI6 agent Jacqueline Marshall briefs them. Marshall receives a voice message from Trumbull that they saw Banning's sign, and an extraction team is en route. Security monitors display an approaching Delta Force team, but Banning realizes they are actually Barkawi's men. He kills them all and drives away with Asher, but their car is struck before they can reach the U.S. Embassy, and Asher is taken. Banning is rescued by an SAS extraction team, who suspect a mole in the British government. Trumbull's staff identify a building owned by one of Barkawi's front companies, drawing massive power despite being seemingly unoccupied, and deduces it as Cameron's headquarters. Banning infiltrates its icons before Cameron can kill Asher on live coverage. Cameron escapes when his brother, Sultan Mansour, drops a grenade before being killed, forcing Banning to protect Asher from the blast. They escape just before the building is destroyed by the SAS, using an explosive Banning had planted earlier, killing Cameron and the remaining terrorists. Marshall helps British authorities restore London's security system and, discovering that MI5 intelligence chief John Lancaster is Barkawi's mole, kills Lancaster when he resists arrest. Trumbull tells Barkawi that his plan failed, moments before another drone strike kills him. 2 weeks later, as London recovers, Banning is home with Leah and their newborn child Lynn, named after Jacobs. As he drafts a resignation letter, he watches Trumbull speak on television about recent events. Inspired, Banning deletes the letter. Cast: Gerard Butler as Secret Service agent and former Army Ranger RRC Mike Banning. Aaron Eckhart as President Benjamin Asher. Morgan Freeman as Vice President Alan Trumbull. Alan Mani About Bull as Amir Barkai, a Pakistani international arms trafficker and terrorist mastermind who is number 6 on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Angela Bassett as Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs. Robert Forster as United States Army General Edward Clegg, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Jackie Earle Haley as White House Deputy Chief of Staff D.C. Mason. Melissa Leo as Defense Secretary Ruth McMillan. Radha Mitchell as Leah Banning, Mike's wife. Sean O'Brien as NSA Deputy Director Raymond Rowe. Waleed Zouater as Cameron Barkai, Amir's son and sub-commander. Charlotte Riley as MI6 agent Jacqueline Jax Marshall. Colin Salmon as Sir Kevin Hazard. Commissioner, credited as Chief, of the Metropolitan Police. Brian Larkin as SAS Commander Will Davies. Patrick Kennedy as MI5 Counterintelligence Chief John Lancaster. Mehdi Dibai as Sultan Mansour, the terrorist hacker. Adel Ben-Sharif as Rasa Mansour, Sultan's brother and a terrorist. Michael Wildman as Secret Service Agent Boyd. Andrew Plevin as Secret Service Agent Bronson. Deborah Grant as Doris, Leah's mother. Clarkson Guy Williams as British Prime Minister Leighton Clarkson. Penny Downey as Home Secretary Rose Kenter. Philip Delancey as French President Jacques Maynard, who is killed by a Thames cargo barge planted with explosives. Alex Giannini as Italian Prime Minister Antonio Gusto, who is killed by an explosion at Westminster Abbey. It was Giannini's last movie role before his death on October 2, 2015. 6-7. Elsa Malian as Viviana Gusto, Antonio Gusto's wife. Nancy Baldwin as German Chancellor Agnes Bruckner, who is killed by Islamic terrorists disguised as royal guards at Buckingham Palace. Nigel Whitmay as Canadian Prime Minister Robert Bowman, who is killed by a bomb planted under his limousine as it passes Trafalgar Square. Julia Montgomery Brown as Mrs. Bowman, Robert Bowman's wife. Tsuyoki Saotome as Japanese Prime Minister Tsutomu Nakushima, who is killed when the Chelsea Bridge is destroyed while his car is sitting in traffic. In addition, the MSNBC news anchor Lawrence O'Donnell appears, uncredited, as an unnamed news anchor reporting on the developments in London, reprising his role from the first film. Production. Casting. In October 2013, it was announced that Butler, Eckhart, Freeman, Bassett, Leo, Forster, and Mitchell would reprise their roles from Olympus Has Fallen. Production had been scheduled to begin in May 2015 in London, with Creighton Rothenberger and Katrin Benedikt returning to write the script. Director Antoine Fuqua, however, did not return, due to his commitments with The Equalizer. On May 1, 2014, it was announced Focus Features had acquired distribution rights to the sequel, and would release the film on October 2, 2015. On August 18, 2014, it was announced that Charlie Countryman director Frederick Bond would take over direction from Fuqua 11, but Bond left the film on September 18, 6 weeks before the shooting was to begin. On September 28, director Babak Najafi signed on to direct the film. On October 10, Jackie Earle Haley joined the film to play Deputy Chief Mason. On November 4, 2014, in a press release confirming that filming had started, it was also confirmed that Sean O'Brien was reprising his role from the first film, while Alan About Bull, Charlotte Riley, and Waleed Zouater were also in the cast. On November 12, Mehdi Dibai joined the film to play Sultan Mansour, the youngest of 3 brothers whose life has been forever changed after a drone strike. Scotsman Brian Larkin, who plays SAS Commander Will Davies, joined the cast as a posh English guy, but Najafi and Butler made an on-set decision to have him use his natural Scottish accent. 17. Filming. Principal photography began on October 24, 2014, in London. 4 weeks of shooting were to take place, involving actors Freeman, Eckhart, Bassett, and Melissa Leo, before a break for Christmas. Butler and Angela Bassett were seen filming in Somerset House. 19 Production also took place at Pinewood Studios. 20 Butler stated in an interview that the movie was also filmed in India and was to continue in Bulgaria. 21 Then President of Bulgaria, Rosen Plevneliev, visited the set of London Has Fallen during filming at the Boyana Film Studios in Bulgaria. 22-23 Filming lasted through April 2015. 13. Score. The music was composed and conducted by Trevor Morris, who provided the score for the first film. 24 The record was released on March 4, 2016, by Backlot Music. 25 The score was recorded at Abbey Road Studios with the Chamber Orchestra of London. On May 20, 2015, Focus Features relaunched their Gramercy Pictures label for action, horror, and science fiction releases, with London Has Fallen being one of Gramercy's first titles. The film was planned for an October 2, 2015 release. However, on June 12, 2015, it was announced that the film had been moved back to January 22, 2016, to avoid competition with The Martian, which swapped its original November 25 release date with Victor Frankenstein. 26-27 The timing of the release was criticized as insensitive by the chair of the Tavistock Square Memorial Trust, Philip Nelson, as it coincided with the week of the 10th anniversary of the July 7, 2005 London bombings, in which 52 people were killed, and with the 2015 Southsea attacks, in which 30 British nationals were killed. 28 On September 16, 2015, the film's release was moved back again to March 4, 2016, because the studios needed more time to finish the film's visual effects. 29. Home media. London Has Fallen was released on Blu-ray and DVD on June 14, 2016. Reception. Box office. London Has Fallen grossed $62.7 million in North America and $143.2 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $205.8 million, against a budget of $60 million. The film outgrossed its predecessor's total of $170 million. In the United States and Canada, pre-release tracking suggested the film would gross $20 to $23 million from 3,490 theaters in its opening weekend, alongside Zootopia and Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. 30 The film made $850,000 from its Thursday night previews and $7.6 million on its first day. It went on to gross $21.6 million in its opening weekend, finishing second at the box office behind Zootopia, $75 million. 31. Critical response. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 28% based on 196 reviews, with an average rating of 4.2/10. The site's critical consensus reads, London Has Fallen traps a talented cast and all who dare to see it in a mid-1990s basic cable nightmare of a film loaded with xenophobia and threadbare action thriller cliches. 32. On Metacritic, the film has a score of 28 out of 100, based on reviews from 35 critics, indicating generally unfavorable reviews. 33 audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A+ to F scale. 31 The same score as the first film. 34. Ignatiy Vishnevetsky of the AV Club wrote, a murky, brain-dead stab-a-thon packed with so many inane chases, laughable special effects, and mismatched stock footage shots that it begs to be made into a drinking game. London Has Fallen is one of those rare films that is good at absolutely nothing. 35. The AV Club later picked it as their worst film of the year. 36. The Hollywood Reporter mentioned that Butler manfully dispenses justice here many times over, and even if the other main actors are in it strictly for the paycheck, they've all been in a whole lot worse in their time. 37. Controversy. Variety described London Has Fallen as effortlessly racist, invoking familiar Islamophobia, a terror-exploitation fantasy designed to spread fear after the November 2015 Paris attacks, and ugly, reactionary fear-mongering. 38. Meanwhile, The Hollywood Reporter styled it as major world capital's destruction porn subgenre. 38. The film has been called extremely insensitive by families of the victims of the 7/7 bombings after an early trailer was released ahead of the 10th anniversary of the attacks. 39. Sequel. Main article, Angel Has Fallen. On October 26, 2016, it was announced that a sequel titled Angel Has Fallen was in development, with Gerard Butler reprising his role, as well as once again acting as a producer on the film. 40. On July 25, 2017, Rick Romanow was announced as director for Angel Has Fallen. 41. On January 10, 2018, Holt McCallany joined the cast as Wade Jennings, an ex-military turned head of a technology company. 42. But was replaced later by Danny Huston. On January 18, 2018, Jada Pinkett Smith and Tim Blake Nelson were confirmed to appear in Angel Has Fallen. On February 13, 2018, Piper Perabo joined the cast. 43. Filming started on February 7, 2018. 44. In Virginia Water Lake. 45. The film was released on August 23, 2019. Gerard James Butler, born November 13, 1969, is a Scottish actor and film producer. After studying law, he turned to acting in the mid-1990s with small roles in productions such as Mrs. Brown, 1997, the James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997, and Tale of the Mummy, 1998. In 2000, he starred as Count Dracula in the gothic horror film Dracula 2000. He played Attila the Hun in the miniseries Attila, 2001, then appeared in the films Reign of Fire, 2002, and Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, 2003, before starring in the science fiction film Timeline, 2003. He played Eric, the Phantom in Joel Schumacher's 2004 musical The Phantom of the Opera. Butler gained wider recognition for his portrayal of King Leonidas in Zack Snyder's fantasy war film 300, 2006. In 2010, he began lending his voice to the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Also in the 2010s, he portrayed Secret Service agent Mike Banning in the action thriller Has Fallen film series 1, played military leader Tullus Aufidius in the 2011 film Coriolanus, and portrayed Sam Childers in the 2011 action biopic Machine Gun Preacher. Butler had further action film roles in Geostorm, 2017, Den of Thieves, 2018, Greenland, 2020, Cop Shop, 2021, Last Seen Alive, 2022, Plane and Kandahar, both in 2023. Early life. Gerard James Butler II was born in Paisley, Scotland 3 on November 13, 1969, the youngest of 3 children of Margaret and Edward Butler, a bookmaker. 456. His family, which is Catholic, is of Irish descent. 7-8. His family moved to Montreal, Quebec, Canada, when he was 6 months old. 9-10. A year later, when his parents' marriage broke down, his mother left Montreal and returned to Scotland with Butler. 11. Butler was head boy at St. Mirren's and St. Margaret's High School in Paisley and won a place at University of Glasgow School of Law. 12-13. He also attended Scottish Youth Theatre while a teenager. He did not see his father again until he was 16, when Edward called to meet him at a Glasgow restaurant. After the meeting, Butler cried for hours, and recalled later, "That emotion showed me how much pain can sit in this body of yours, pain and sorrow that you don't know you have until it is unleashed. 11. As a student, he was the president of the University Law Society. 14. A position he later said he kind of blagged my way into. 3. When Butler was 22, his father was diagnosed with cancer and died. He said of this period in his life, I had gone from a 16-year-old who couldn't wait to grasp life to a 22-year-old who didn't care if he died in his sleep. 15. Before his final year of law school, Butler took a year off to live in California, mostly in Venice Beach, where he held different jobs, traveled often, and, he says, drank heavily. At one point he was arrested for alcohol-related disorderly conduct. Describing his behavior during that year, he recalled, I was out of control, and justifying it with this idea that I'm young, this is life. This is me just being boisterous. After his time off in America, he returned to Scotland to finish his final year at law school. 3. He had ear surgery as a child that left him with a mangled ear. He still suffers from tinnitus and has hearing loss in his right ear. 16. Career. Legal career and early acting career. Upon graduation, he took a position as a trainee lawyer at an Edinburgh law firm. However, he continued to stay out late drinking and frequently missed work. 1 week before he qualified as a lawyer, he was fired. At the age of 25, and an unqualified lawyer, he moved to London to pursue his dream of becoming famous. He admitted, when I started out, I'm not sure I was actually in it for the right reasons. I wanted very much to be famous. 11. Initially unable to win any acting roles, he worked in a variety of jobs including as a waiter, a telemarketer, and a toy demonstrator at fairs. In London, he met an old friend from his teenage days in the Scottish Youth Theatre, who was now a London casting director. At that time, he was her boyfriend and her assistant. She took him to an audition for Stephen Berkoff's play of Coriolanus. 14. The director said of Butler's audition, when he read, he had such vigor and enthusiasm, so much that it made the other actors seem limp, that I decided to cast him in the ensemble. 15. Then aged 27, Butler had his first professional acting job. Less than a year later, he won a part in a theatre adaptation of the book Trainspotting at the Edinburgh Festival. At age 30, he moved to Los Angeles, where he had parts in Dracula 2000, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, and The Phantom of the Opera. 15. Acting career. Butler at the 2011 Berlin Film Festival. In London, Butler had various odd jobs until being cast by actor and director Berkoff, who later appeared alongside him in the American TV miniseries Attila, in a stage production of Coriolanus. He was cast as Ewan McGregor's character Renton in the stage adaptation of Trainspotting, the same play that had inspired him to become an actor. 17. His film debut was as Billy Connolly's character's younger brother in Mrs. Brown, 1997. 18. His film career continued with small roles, first in the James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997, 17, and then Russell Mulcahy's Tale of the Mummy, 1998. In 2000, Butler was cast in 2 breakthrough roles, the first being Attila the Hun in Attila. The film's producers wanted a known actor to play the part but eventually chose Butler. 19. He was also cast as Count Dracula in Dracula 2000. 20. He then appeared in Reign of Fire, 2002, 21 as Creedy, alongside Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, 2003, as Terry Sheridan, alongside Angelina Jolie, and the big screen adaptation of Michael Crichton's novel Timeline, 2003, as Andre Merrick, alongside Paul Walker. 22. In 2003, director Joel Schumacher was deciding on the principal casting for the film The Phantom of the Opera, a film adaptation of the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical of the same name, and thought of Butler, whom he had seen earlier in the film Dracula 2000, to play the title character. Butler, who had had no musical experience other than singing in a rock band while he was studying to be a lawyer, was surprised at the interest, but immediately began taking singing lessons with a vocal coach. 23 He then did an acting audition with Schumacher, and a singing audition with Weber, both of whom were impressed by his performance. 24 The film, and Butler's performance, received mixed reviews, though Butler was nominated for Satellite Award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical. Citation needed. Other projects that followed include Dear Frankie, 2004, The Game of Their Lives and Beowulf and Grendel, both were released in 2005. 25. In 2006, he starred as Spartan King Leonidas in the Warner Brothers production 300, which is often described as his breakthrough role. 26 Butler, who said he wanted to look really strong in the film, trained with a high-intensity workout for 4 months prior to the film's shooting. 27 In 2007, he appeared in Butterfly on a Will co-starring Pierce Brosnan and Maria Bello. 28 And in the romantic film P.S. I Love You with Hilary Swank. 29 In 2008, he appeared in Nims Island alongside Abigail Breslin and Jodie Foster, and Guy Ritchie film Rock'n'Rolla as part of ensemble cast which includes Idris Elba and Tom Hardy. In 2009, he starred in the Neveldine/Taylor film Gamer with Logan Lerman, The Ugly Truth with Katherine Heigl 30 and Law Abiding Citizen with Jamie Foxx, which he also co-produced. 31 In 2010, he starred in the action/comedy The Bounty Hunter with Jennifer Aniston. 32 And did voice acting for the 2010 animated film How to Train Your Dragon as Stoic the Vast. 33 On 15 and October 16, 2010, thanks to the popularity of his role as Leonidas and the use of his lines during athletic events at Michigan State University, he was a guest at their Midnight Madness and Homecoming American football game. 34. Butler played military leader Tullus Aufidius in the 2011 film Coriolanus opposite Ralph Fiennes, who also directed. A modernized adaptation of William Shakespeare's tragedy of the same name, Butler had already participated in the stage production of Coriolanus in his early career. He also portrayed Sam Childers in the 2011 action biopic film Machine Gun Preacher. Butler starred as Secret Service agent Mike Banning in the action thriller Olympus Has Fallen, 2013, opposite co-stars Aaron Eckhart and Morgan Freeman. He said he broke 2 bones in his neck while shooting the film, but did not realize this until he had an MRI scan. 35 Butler reprised his voice role as Stoic the Vast in How to Train Your Dragon 2 in 2014. 2 years later, he reprised his role as Mike Banning in the Olympus Has Fallen sequel London Has Fallen and also portrayed set in Gods of Egypt. Later in 2018, Butler starred as Submarine Captain Commander Joe Glass of the USS Arkansas, a Virginia-class nuclear submarine, in the film Hunter Killer alongside Gary Oldman. He starred as Mike Banning again in the 2019 film Angel Has Fallen and returned as the voice of Stoic the Vast in How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, which was released the same year. After release delays due to COVID-19 pandemic, Butler starred in Greenland in 2020. In January 2024, Butler was announced to reprise his role as Stoic the Vast in the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, which was released in 2025. 36. Personal life. Butler in 2013. Butler has been a member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in the Actors Branch since 2011. 37-38. As of August 2011, Butler, while filming Playing for Keeps, was writing songs and in the process of recording an album. 39 He disavowed gossip reports that Marilyn Manson and Johnny Depp had advised him on the project. 40. Since October 2011, Butler has divided his time between Los Angeles and Glasgow. 41 On December 18 that year, while filming Chasing Mavericks, Butler was hospitalized after suffering a surfing incident in Mavericks Beach, where he was pulled under big waves. Subsequently, He was taken to Stanford University Medical Center and later released on that same week. 42, 43, 44. Butler stated in an interview that he no longer drinks alcohol. 45. In February 2012, it was announced that he had completed a course of treatment for substance abuse of painkillers at a rehabilitation facility. 46. He was concerned he had become too reliant on prescribed pain medication, which escalated after his surfing accident. 46. In 2011, Butler played in a charity match for Celtic, a football club he has supported since childhood. 41. A year later, he represented Celtic in a Hollywood film, starring as a has-been player in Playing for Keeps. 47. He is also a supporter of Scotland rugby team and has even been involved with promotional videos for the side, including for the 2023 Rugby World Cup. 48. In August 2013, he bought an equity stake in the Jamaica Talawas cricket team, part of the Caribbean Premier League, CPL. 49. He has supported the charity Mary's Meals since 2010. 50. He visited the International Development Charities Program in Liberia in 2014. 51. In 2018, he attended a fundraiser gala organized by Friends of the Israel Defense Forces, which raised $60 million. 52. In November 2018, Butler's home was destroyed in the Woolsey fire in California. Aaron Edward Eckhart, born March 12, 1968, is an American actor. Born in Cupertino, California, Eckhart moved to the United Kingdom at an early age. He began his acting career by performing in school plays, before moving to Australia for his high school senior year. He left high school without graduating, but earned a diploma through a professional education course, and then graduated from Brigham Young University, BYU, in Provo, Utah, in 1994 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in film. As an undergraduate at BYU, Eckhart met director and writer Neil LaBute, who cast Eckhart in several of LaBute's original plays. 5 years later, Eckhart made a debut as an unctuous, sociopathic womanizer in LaBute's black comedy film In the Company of Men, 1997, followed by appearances in 3 more of the director's films. Eckhart gained wide recognition as George in Erin Brockovich, 2000, and, in 2006, he received a Golden Globe nomination for his portrayal of Nick Naylor in Thank You for Smoking. In 2008, he played a major role in Christopher Nolan's blockbuster Batman film The Dark Knight as District Attorney Harvey Dent / Two-Face. He went on to appear in Love Happens, Rabbit Hole, Battle, Los Angeles, The Rum Diary, Olympus Has Fallen, Frankenstein, Sully, and Midway. Early life and education. Eckhart was born on March 12, 1968 in Cupertino, California, the son of Mary Martha Lawrence, a writer, painter, and poet, and James Conrad Eckhart, a computer executive. 234. He is the youngest of 3 brothers. 4. His father is of Volga German descent, while his mother has English, German, Scots-Irish, and Scottish ancestry. 5. 6. He was raised as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and served a 2-year mission in France and Switzerland. 7. 8. Eckhart's family relocated to the United Kingdom in 1981-9 following his father's job in information technology. 10. During their time in the United Kingdom, the family moved around Surrey, England, living in towns such as Cobham 10 Ripley, and Walton-on-Thames. 11. Eckhart attended American Community School 10 where he was first introduced to acting, starring in a school production as Charlie Brown. 12. 13. In 1985, Eckhart moved to Australia and settled in Sydney, where he attended American International School of Sydney for his high school senior year. He further developed his acting skills in productions like Waiting for Godot, where he admits that he gave a terrible performance. 14. In the autumn of his senior year, Eckhart left school to take a job at the Warringah Mall movie theater. 15. 16. He eventually earned his diploma through a professional education course. 17. This also allowed Eckhart time to enjoy a year of surfing in Hawaii and France, as well as skiing in the Alps. 218 in 1988, Eckhart returned to the United States and enrolled as a film major at Brigham Young University, Hawaii 19, but later transferred to Brigham Young University, BYU, in Provo, Utah. 2 He graduated in 1994 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. 15-20 He also studied acting at the William Esper Studio. 21-22 Career. Early work. While at Brigham Young University 23 Eckhart appeared in the Mormon-themed film Godly Sorrow, and the role marked his professional debut. At this time he met director/writer Neil LaBute 23 who cast Eckhart in several of LaBute's original plays. 24 After graduating from BYU, Eckhart moved to New York City, acquired an agent, and took various occasional jobs, including bartending, bus driving, and construction work. 13 His first television roles were in commercials. In 1994, he appeared as an extra on the television drama series Beverly Hills, 90210. 13-25 Eckhart followed this small part with roles in documentary reenactments, Ancient Secrets of the Bible, Samson, made-for-television movies, and short-lived programs like Aliens in the Family. 17. In 1997, Eckhart was approached by Neil LaBute to star in a film adaptation of LaBute's stage play In the Company of Men. 26 He played a frustrated white-collar worker who planned to woo a deaf office worker, gain her affections, then suddenly dump her. 27 The film, his first feature to reach theaters, was critically well received. 28 With Desson Howe of the Washington Post reporting that Eckhart is the movie's most malignant presence and that he is in chilling command as a sort of satanic prince in shirt sleeves. 29 In the Company of Men was a critical success, winning Best First Film for LaBute at the 63rd Annual New York Film Critics Circle Awards. 30-31 His performance won him the Independent Spirit Award in the category of Best Debut Performance. 32 The film was ranked as one of the 25 most dangerous movies by Premiere magazine. 33. The following year Eckhart starred in another LaBute feature, Your Friends and Neighbors, 1998, 2023 as Barry, a sexually frustrated husband in a dysfunctional marriage. For the role Eckhart was required to gain weight. 34 In 1999, he starred opposite Elizabeth Shue in Molly, a romantic comedy drama in which he played the self-absorbed brother of an autistic woman who was cured by surgery. 35 Eckhart also starred that year as a football coach, an offensive coordinator in Oliver Stone's Any Given Sunday. 36. Critical success. Eckhart first gained wide exposure in 2000 as George, a ponytailed, goateed biker, in Steven Soderbergh's drama Erin Brockovich. 37 The film was met with good reviews. 38 And was a box office success, earning $256 million worldwide. 39 His performance was well received by critics. Entertainment Weekly's Owen Gleiberman wrote that Eckhart may be playing a bit of an ideal, but he makes goodness as palpable as he did yuppie evil in the Company of Men. 40. In an August 2004 interview, Eckhart claimed that he had not worked for nearly a year before he was cast in the movie. I felt like I sort of was getting away from what I wanted to do as an actor. I had 9 months off, but it wasn't a vacation. Sure, I didn't earn any money for 9 months, but every day I was reading scripts, I was producing my own material, I was taking meetings, I was working on my craft. 41. Nick Nolte, Eckhart, Joshua Michael Stern, and Alan Cumming promoting Never Was at the 2005 Toronto International Film Festival. Following the release of Erin Brockovich, Eckhart co-starred with Renee Zellweger in LaBute's Nurse Betty, 2000. 20 He next appeared in Sean Penn's mystery feature The Pledge, 2001, in which he played a young detective partnered with a veteran detective, played by Jack Nicholson. 42 The movie received generally favorable reviews. 43 But it did not fare particularly well at the box office. 44 The following year, he collaborated with LaBute in a film adaptation of the Man Booker Prize-winning novel Possession, 2002. 45 In 2003, Eckhart co-starred with Hilary Swank in The Core, a film about a geophysicist who tries to detonate a nuclear device in order to save the world from destruction. 46 The film was critically and financially unsuccessful. 47-48 Also in 2003, he appeared in The Missing, in which he played Cate Blanchett's lover. 49 And in the action thriller Paycheck opposite Ben Affleck. 50 Paycheck, based on a short story by science fiction writer Philip K. Dick, garnered generally negative reception. 51 Film critic Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 2 stars, out of 4, saying that he enjoyed the movie but felt that it exploits Dick's story for its action and plot potential, but never really develops it. 52. The following year, away from film, Eckhart guest-starred in 2 episodes of NBC's comedy sitcom Frasier, where he played a boyfriend of Charlotte, Dr. Frasier Crane's love interest. 53-54 His next film role was in E. Elias Murray's thriller Suspect Zero, a movie about an FBI agent who tracks down a killer who murders serial killers. 55-56 Upon release, the movie received broadly negative reviews. 57 Despite the reception, Eckhart's performance was favored by critics. Newsday wrote that Eckhart was a classically handsome leading man, but Murray demands of him complexity and anguish. 58. Suspect Zero was a box office disappointment, earning $11 million worldwide. 59 Also in 2004, Eckhart starred on the London stage, opposite Julia Stiles, in David Mamet's Olina at the Garrick Theatre. The drama ran until mid-2004. 64 This performance, Eckhart received favorable critical reviews. 41-61 In 2005, returning to film, Eckhart appeared in Never Was as a therapist who takes a job at a rundown mental hospital that once treated his father, Nick Nolte. The feature was never given a full theatrical release, eventually being released straight to DVD in 2007. 62. Worldwide recognition. Eckhart's next project was Thank You for Smoking, in which he played Nick Naylor, a tobacco lobbyist whose firm researched the link between smoking cigarettes and lung cancer. Eckhart said that he felt challenged playing the role. You have to say these words that are crazy, and yet do it with a smile on your face and have the audience like you. At one point, I'm doing a talk show with a kid who's dying of cancer, and he's going through chemotherapy and the whole thing, and I spin it so the anti-smoking people are the bad guys and I'm the good guy, and I'm this guy's best friend. I mean, it's whacked out. 63. The film was screened at a special presentation at the 30th Annual Toronto International Film Festival in 2005. 64-65 It had a limited release in March 2006 and was released worldwide the following month. 66-67 For his performance, Eckhart received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. 68 A contributor of USA Today wrote that he gave a standout, whip-smart performance, citing that as Nick Naylor he kept him likable even in his cynicism. 69. In the Seattle Post-Intelligencer review of the film, it was reported that under his chummy but compassionless smile Eckhart radiated charm and Naylor's true joys, manipulating arguments, steering debate, cooking words. 70. In this same year, he starred with Helena Bonham Carter in Conversations with Other Women, 2006. 71 While promoting this film, Eckhart revealed that he wishes not to be typecast or repeat himself, saying he does not want to play any more villains. For he appeared in the 2006 film noir The Black Dahlia based on a real 1947 crime as Sergeant Leland Lee Blanchard, a detective investigating the murder of Elizabeth Short, later dubbed The Black Dahlia. 72-73 The film premiered at the 63rd Venice International Film Festival. 74-75 Reception for the movie was mixed. 76 But many critics enjoyed Eckhart's performance. Time Out magazine praised Eckhart and co-star Hilary Swank for their performances, writing, "Both are great in their secondary roles." 77. A Caucasian male is signing autographs for fans. He has blonde hair, and is wearing a black suit jacket. Visible in the background are other people. Eckhart signing autographs for fans during promotion of The Dark Knight in 2008. Internationally viewed as a sex symbol, he was named one of People magazine's 100 Most Beautiful People in 2006. 78-79 The following year, Eckhart was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. 80 He starred in No Reservations, 2007, a remake of the 2001 German romantic comedy Mostly Martha. He starred opposite Catherine Zeta-Jones as an up-and-coming hotshot chef. 81 The film was met with mixed reviews and was unfavorably compared to the original film. 82 Eckhart starred in the 2008 comedy Meet Bill, in which he played the eponymous character, a sad executive working at his father-in-law's bank. 83-84 He gained 30 pounds and donned a fat suit for the role. 26-85 Eckhart at San Diego Comic-Con in July 2013. Also in 2008, Eckhart portrayed the comic book character Harvey Dent in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, the sequel to the 2005 film Batman Begins. 86-87 Nolan's decision to cast Eckhart was based on his portrayal of corrupt characters in the films In the Company of Men, The Black Dahlia, and Thank You for Smoking. 88-89 He noted in his depiction of the character that he is still true to himself. He's a crime fighter, he's not killing good people. He's not a bad guy, not purely, while admitting I'm interested in good guys gone wrong. 88-89 The Dark Knight was a big financial and critical success, setting a new opening weekend box office record for North America. With revenue of $1 billion worldwide 90 it became the fourth highest grossing film of all time 91 and the highest grossing film of Eckhart's career. Roger Ebert opined that Eckhart did an especially good job as his character in the feature 92 while Premiere magazine also enjoyed his performance, noting that he makes you believe in his ill-fated ambition of morphing into the conniving Two-Face. 93 Following the success of The Dark Knight, Eckhart next appeared in Alan Ball's Towelhead, 2008, an adaptation of the Alicia Arian novel of the same name, in which he played a Gulf War Army reservist who sexually abuses his 13-year-old Arab-American neighbor. 94 The film was screened under the name Nothing Is Private at the 2007 Toronto International Film Festival. 95 When asked about the sex scenes, Eckhart said, "Those were difficult times. The way I did it was to really trust Alan. It was in the words. I really trusted Summer Bishel, and I tried to get her to trust me, to build a relationship when we were doing physical scenes. We'd really rehearse them mechanically, and I'd say, okay, I'm going to put my hand here, I'm going to do this. I think I found it more difficult." 96 Towelhead was critically and financially unsuccessful. 97-98 He next co-starred with Jennifer Aniston in the romantic drama Love Happens, released in September 2009, as a motivational speaker coming to terms with his own grief. 99-100 The movie received ambivalent reviews. 101 with a contributor of the Orlando Sentinel reporting that Eckhart plays broken for the whole movie. 102 The following year he starred alongside Nicole Kidman in Rabbit Hole, 2010, an adaptation of David Lindsay Abair's 2005 drama of the same name. 103-104 The feature premiered at the 2010 Toronto International Film Festival. 105 In 2011, Eckhart starred in Jonathan Liebesman's science fiction film Battle, Los Angeles, in which he portrayed a combat veteran Marine platoon sergeant. The film was set in modern-day Los Angeles during a global alien invasion, and followed a platoon of U.S. Marines who are joined by an Air Force Special Operations Sergeant and some Army infantry soldiers in combat operations against the alien enemy. 106 He appeared alongside Johnny Depp, Richard Jenkins, and Amber Heard in Hunter S. Thompson's novel adaptation The Rum Diary, directed by Bruce Robinson. 107-108 In the film, Eckhart played Sanderson, a wealthy landowner, who believes everything has a price and introduces Paul Kemp, Depp, to a different standard of living. 107-108 He starred as a U.S. president who is taken hostage, in the 2013 action thriller Olympus Has Fallen, opposite Gerard Butler 109 and reprised the role in its 2016 sequel London Has Fallen. 110. In 2019, he starred in Roland Emmerich's blockbuster movie Midway, which also starred Ed Skrein, Patrick Wilson, Dennis Quaid and Woody Harrelson. 111. Personal life. Eckhart met actress Emily Klein during the filming of In the Company of Men and they became engaged, but they separated in 1998. 2060 He has always been reluctant to speak about his relationships in interviews. 4 Eckhart dated songwriter and member of SHEDAISY Kristen Osborne from 2006 to 2007. 2060 He appeared in the group's video for their song I'm Taking the Wheel. 60. Eckhart has noted that hypnosis helped him to quit drinking, smoking, and partying for 112 and that he undertakes amateur photography in his spare time. 113 Angela Evelyn Bassett, born August 16, 1958, is an American actress. Known for her work in film and television since the 1980s, she has received various accolades, including an Emmy Award and 2 Golden Globe Awards, as well as nominations for 2 Academy Awards. In 2023, Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world too, and she received an Academy Honorary Award. 3. Bassett had her breakthrough portraying singer Tina Turner in the biopic What's Love Got to Do with It, 1993, which won her a Golden Globe Award and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actress. She had success starring in Boys and the Hood, 1991, Malcolm X, 1992, Strange Days, Vampire in Brooklyn, Waiting to Exhale, all 1995, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, 1998, and Music of the Heart, 1999. In the following decades, she took on supporting roles in the drama Notorious, 2009, and the action films Green Lantern, 2011, Olympus Has Fallen, 2013, and London Has Fallen, 2016. She also played Queen Ramonda in the Marvel Cinematic Universe films Black Panther, 2018, Avengers, Endgame, 2019, and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, 2022. For the latter, she won another Golden Globe and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. On television, Bassett has starred as Katherine Jackson in the miniseries The Jacksons, An American Dream, 1992. Her portrayal of Rosa Parks in the television film The Rosa Parks Story, 2002, gained her a nomination for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress. Her performances in 2 seasons of the FX horror anthology series American Horror Story earned her nominations for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in 2014 and 2015. In 2018, Bassett began producing and starring as an LAPD Patrol Sergeant Athena Grant in the Fox/ABC drama series 9-1-1. Early life and education. Bassett was born on August 16, 1958, in New York City. Her mother is Betty Jane, née Gilbert, a social worker and civil servant. For her father is Daniel Benjamin Bassett, a preacher's son. 567 Bassett's middle name was given to her in honor of her Aunt Evelyn. 10 months after Bassett was born, her mother became pregnant and had a second child, Bassett's sister Dinette. Bassett said the pregnancy only made things harder, leading her parents to send her to her father's sister, Golden, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. While her aunt did not have any children of her own, she loved children, and she was good with them. 8. At the age of 4, Bassett was picked up by her mother after her parents divorced. Her mother took her and her sister to St. Petersburg, Florida. 9. Bassett did not see her father again for several years, until she attended her grandmother's funeral. There, Bassett met her father's daughter Jean, from his first marriage, who was 12 years old, and several years older than Bassett. 10. After graduating from Jordan Park Elementary School, Bassett was bused to attend Diston Middle School for 7th grade. She began at that school in 1970, a year before the city of St. Petersburg formally established busing to integrate its public schools. After completing 7th grade, Bassett was bused to Azalea Middle School for 8th and 9th grades. Bassett's mother became more involved in her daughter's studies and told the two that they would go to college. 11. In her younger years, Bassett was in love with the Jackson 5, and dreamed of marrying a member of the family group. She said her choice would probably be whoever had the cutest, roundest afro at the time. In my imagination we would have children and live in a real house. 10. As her interest in entertainment developed, Angela and her sister would often put on shows, reading poems, or performing popular music for their family. 12. Boca Ciega High School, where Bassett attended and participated as a member of the debate team and student government, among other activities. At Boca Ciega High School, Bassett was a cheerleader and a member of the Upward Bound College Prep program, the debate team, student government, drama club, and choir. An A and B student for the most part, Bassett got her first C in physical education. She tried to convince her mother not to be disappointed by the grade. Bassett called the grade the average, leading her mother to say she did not have average kids. As Bassett described, she developed a sense of pride and did not get another C until college. 13. During high school, Bassett became the first African American in that school to be admitted to the National Honor Society. The Upward Bound program is an academic and cultural enrichment program for underprivileged students. Bassett says she and the other participants did not see themselves as underprivileged. 12. Bassett studied at Yale University and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in African American Studies in 1980. 14. She studied acting at the Yale School of Drama and obtained a Master of Fine Arts in 1983. Her paternal aunt had warned her not to waste her Yale education on theater. She was the only member of Bassett's family to have gone to both college and graduate school. 13. At Yale, Bassett met her future husband Courtney B. Vance, a 1986 graduate of the drama school. Bassett was also classmates with actor Charles S. Dutton. 15. Career. 1980s. After graduation, Bassett worked as a receptionist for a beauty salon and as a photo researcher to support herself while looking for acting work in the New York theater. One of her first New York performances came in 1985 when she appeared in J. E. Franklin's Black Girl at Second Stage Theater. She appeared in 2 August Wilson plays at the Yale Repertory Theater under the direction of her longtime instructor Lloyd Richards. These were Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, 1984, and Joe Turner's Come and Gone, 1986. Decades later in 2006, she had the opportunity to work on the Wilson canon again, starring in Fences alongside longtime collaborator Lawrence Fishburne at the Pasadena Playhouse in California. In 1985, Bassett made her first television appearance, as a prostitute in the television film Double Take. She made her film debut as a news reporter in F/X, 1986, for which she was required to join the Screen Actors Guild, SAG. 16. Bassett moved to Los Angeles in 1988 for more acting jobs. She had early guest spots on A Man Called Hawk and 227, both 1989. 17. 1990s. Bassett earned industry attention and public recognition for her early performances in the films Boys and a Hood, 1991, and Malcolm X, 1992. For her portrayal of Betty Shabazz in the latter, she earned an NAACP Image Award. During production, director Spike Lee showed Bassett a tape of the exact moment when Malcolm X was shot, since they would be filming the scene. Bassett called the recording haunting, but noted that afterward she was able to grab hold of the pain and recreate the scene. Bassett felt it was important for her to get the assassination scene correct, and wondered how Betty found the strength to keep going, to raise her family, to educate, to sustain them. 18. Bassett worried that after her role as Betty Shabazz in Malcolm X, she would not find another role as satisfying. At the time of the film's release, she expressed her worry that she would not have such a role again. "I think I have been incredibly blessed and it is probably just all downhill from here." 19. Bassett in 1996. Bassett also starred as Katherine Jackson in The Jacksons, An American Dream, which premiered on ABC TV in the same week as the theatrical release of Malcolm X. After returning to Los Angeles following completion of her work for Malcolm X, Bassett got a call to audition for a film about Tina Turner, based on her memoir I, Tina. 20. Bassett won the lead role over Halle Berry and Robin Givens, but had only 1 month to prepare before filming began. She met with Turner twice, who advised her on details of her interpretation, from wigs and outfits to dancing styles. Turner also did Bassett's makeup, leading Bassett to call her supportive and her biggest fan. 17. In an interview with the Orlando Sentinel, Bassett described going to one of Turner's concerts and, after realizing that she knew some of Turner's dance moves, she cried and was almost a river of tears. 21. Bassett's performance as Turner in What's Love Got to Do With It, 1993, received strong reviews. 22-23. Mark Bernardine of Entertainment Weekly wrote that Bassett gave the performance of a lifetime portraying Turner in the biopic. 24. Bassett won a Golden Globe for her portrayal, and was the first African American to win this award for Best Actress. She was nominated for an Academy Award as Best Actress, but lost to Holly Hunter for The Piano. Despite the acclaim, Bassett later said in a 2022 interview on Today with Hoda and Jenna, that after portraying Turner, she did not receive acting calls for about a year and a half. Bassett starred in 3 films in 1995, which received varying reviews: Vampire in Brooklyn, Strange Days, and Waiting to Exhale. For the latter she worked with author Terry McMillan, who had written the book of the same title that was adapted for film. In Strange Days, Bassett played Lornette Mace Mason, a chauffeur and bodyguard. In Vampire in Brooklyn, she played Rita Vitter, a tortured cop with a dark secret. She was excited to work with Eddie Murphy in the film, and director Wes Craven. Bassett had previously worked with Craven on television shows. 25. Bassett's character in Waiting to Exhale, Bernadine Harris, is betrayed by her husband. In revenge she sets fire to his entire wardrobe and vehicle, then sells what is left for $1. Bassett described the scene and her character in this film to the Orlando Sentinel as follows: "The thing is that my character is thinking about how her husband has left her. I have a cigarette in one hand, and I'm drinking. Basically, the 4 of us are sitting there talking about men and having some fun." 21. In 1997, Bassett starred as the president's advisor in Contact. 26. Stephen Holden of the New York Times opined that Bassett was largely wasted as a presidential assistant. 27. In 1998, Bassett starred in How Stella Got Her Groove Back, once again collaborating with McMillan. She played Stella, a 40-year-old professional American woman who falls in love with a 20-year-old Jamaican man. She was praised for her performance by Variety 28 and The Washington Post. 29. Stephen Holden of the New York Times said Bassett's character was the best thing in the movie and wrote, "The actress portrays this high-strung superwoman with such intensity that she makes her almost believable." 30. In 1999, Bassett starred in Music of the Heart, once again collaborating with horror director Wes Craven. 31. 32. Matthew Eng wrote of her terrifically specific chemistry with Meryl Streep. 33. 2000s. Bassett in 2002. In 2000, Bassett turned down the lead role in Monsters Ball because of the script's sexual content. Citation needed. Halle Berry won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance in the role. Citation needed. The first film Bassett appeared in that year was Supernova, where she played a medical officer. 34. 35. Her other 2 films released in 2000 were Whispers, An Elephant's Tale and Boesman and Lena, the latter adapted from the play of the same name by South African Athol Fugard. Todd McCarthy of Variety wrote that in Boesman and Lena, Bassett abandons her recently cultivated glamorous image to dig to the core of Lena's fierce, probing, contentious, compassionate character. 36. Kevin Thomas of the Los Angeles Times wrote that Bassett captured all of her characters' mercurial mood swings, and both Bassett and her co-star Danny Glover rise to the challenge of these larger-than-life roles, just as you would expect. 37. She appeared in the 2001 film The Score. Her character was in a relationship with Robert De Niro's. She read the film's script and became interested. She was telephoned by director Frank Oz, who told her Robert De Niro would like to meet with you. Bassett met with De Niro and later realized the conversation was meant to break the ice before they started filming. 38. In addition to The Score, that year she also had a role in the television film Ruby's Bucket of Blood. The following year, in 2002, Bassett acted in Sunshine State and The Rosa Parks Story. In The Rosa Parks Story, Bassett was cast as Rosa Parks. 39. Laura Fries of Entertainment Weekly wrote that Bassett takes her physical strength and turns it inward to portray Parks and expressed her belief that lesser hands would allow for misinterpretation or gross underplay of Parks's personality. 40. In addition to positive reception of her role, Bassett was seen as the star of the film due to her performance and earned a nomination for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Miniseries or a Movie for her performance. 41. In 2003, she read from the WPA slave narratives in Unchained Memories. In the 1930s, about 100,000 former enslaved African Americans were still alive. As part of the Federal Writers Project during the Great Depression, writers interviewed some 2,300, capturing their memories of slavery times. The transcripts of the Slave Narratives collection of the Library of Congress is a record of slavery, bondage, and misery. 42-43. That year she also appeared in the film Masked and Anonymous, playing a mistress. 44-45. And Hornaday noted her as among the endless parade of actors who show up even for the briefest of appearances. 46. In 2004, she had roles in the films The Lazarus Child and Mr. 3000. Mr. 3000 was a comedy in which Bassett co-starred with Bernie Mac. When asked if the film was easier to act in than the more intense roles she had in the past, Bassett said, "This was much easier. This was a walk in the park. It was pretty easy compared to some of the roles I've done that call for so much emotion or physicality." At the time of the film's release, she described both Bernie Mac and Lawrence Fishburne, whom she had worked with in the past, her favorites, and said the pair were both highly professional and extraordinarily talented. 47. The only film she appeared in during the following year was Mr. and Mrs. Smith in an uncredited voice role. 48. In the 2006 film Aquila and the Bee, Bassett portrayed Tanya Anderson, the mother of the film's lead, Aquila, played by Keke Palmer. Bassett said she loved the story. 49. Viewing the lead character as someone who could be anyone because each of us have had dreams and aspirations and wanting to be and needing to be supported and directed. 50. She described working with Palmer as being really wonderful. According to Bassett, the two bonded and she said that Palmer was as good an actress as any adult she had worked with. 49. Bassett appeared in the television film Time Bomb the same year. Her role was seen as an extended cameo by Brian Lowry of Variety. 51. Bassett at the Hard Truths fashion show in 2007. Bassett provided her voice for the 2007 film Meet the Robinsons. 52. When asked about her motives in taking on the role, Bassett said, "For one, it was a character I had never played before, which is always important to me, to keep me sharp. But it was also the desire to be part of a well-written movie that has something really positive to say about families and about all the different ways there can be to make a family." 53. She appeared in the 2008 film Gospel Hill. 54-55. Stephen Holden of the New York Times wrote that Bassett's fiery self-possession brings a spark of passion to her stick figure character. 56 She next appeared in Of Boys and Men, portraying Rietta Cole, the matriarch of a Chicago family who is killed in an accident in the beginning of the film. She appears in flashbacks for the remainder of the film. She and her co-stars Robert Townsend and Victoria Rowell were praised by Robert Gillard of LA Sentinel for capturing the emotions of a family stricken by grief. 57. Bassett also had a role in Nothing But the Truth in 2008. 58 Bassett joined the regular cast of ER for the show's final season, 2008 to 2009. 59 60 She portrayed Dr. Katrin Banfield, an exacting chief of the ER, who was also working to recover from the death of a son and to bring another child into her family. Bassett's husband, Courtney Vance, played her television husband on ER as Russell Banfield. Also in 2008, she played the character Brenda in the film Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns. In the 2009 film Notorious, Bassett portrayed Voletta Wallace, the mother of the Notorious B.I.G. 61-62 To portray Wallace's Jamaican accent, Bassett conversed with her on and off the film set, and she practiced her accent using tapes that Wallace made. 63 Bassett said she jumped at the chance to be part of the film after reading the script. She felt it did a wonderful job of bringing the Notorious B.I.G's life to the page. 64. Bassett earned positive reviews for her performance in the film, noted as being one of the more experienced actors involved. 65-66. 2010s. Bassett at San Diego Comic-Con in 2015. In 2010, Bassett lent her voice to portray First Lady Michelle Obama 67 on an episode of The Simpsons titled Stealing First Base. Bassett was seen as a terrific fill-in for Obama. 68 Bassett was also cast in the superhero film Green Lantern, released in 2011, as Amanda Waller. 69 Bassett said working on the film was a lot of fun and that she enjoyed being a part of it. 70 Despite this, Bassett was taken out of her element with the arrangements made that accommodated the computer-generated effects. She called it her first time doing this kind of movie but expressed interest in seeing what her scenes looked like. 71 In 2010, Deadline Hollywood reported that Bassett would have a role in One Police Plaza. 72 In 2011, Bassett co-starred with Samuel L. Jackson in the play The Mountaintop, a fictionalized depiction of the night before the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Jackson portrays Milk, while at the Lorraine Motel. The critically acclaimed play by Katrin Hall originally debuted in London's West End in 2009 and went on to win the Laurence Olivier Award for Best New Play. The production opened on Broadway on October 13, 2011. In March 2011, it was reported that Bassett had signed up for a lead role in the ABC pilot Identity. 73. She also appeared in the 2011 film Jumping the Broom, playing the matriarch of a wealthy family. 74-75 Bassett had a good feeling about the film from the start, 71 and believed her character had a real presence in the film and felt she was active in the plot. 70 Bassett's and Loretta Devin's performances in the film were called in some ways too fierce for the room, offering nuances of hostility and hurt that the movie cannot really handle and contributing to the unevenness of the performances in the film. 76 Bassett and Devine were noted as superb, distinguished actresses by Kirk Honeycutt of The Hollywood Reporter, but were seen as having been asked to overdo every moment with permanent scowls and body language more suitable to Mortal Kombat. 77. Despite this, her performance was given some positive attention, with Elizabeth Weitzman of New York Daily News saying Bassett makes the movie hers. 78 The film was Bassett's second time working with Devine, as the pair had worked together previously in Waiting to Exhale. 79 Director Salim Akil said Bassett's presence quietly makes a big difference. 71. Bassett was featured in the 2012 film This Means War, 80 having been known to be attached to the film since 2 years prior. 81 Tambe A.O. Benson of IndieWire attributed Bassett's lack of appearances in promotional material to her having a small role and her demographic not being targeted by the film. 82 Bassett also appeared as herself in I Ain't Scared of You. Bassett portrayed Coretta Scott King in the television film Betty and Coretta, which aired on February 2, 2013, continuing her trend of portraying real women. 83-84 Bassett had previously played Shabazz in both Malcolm X and Panther, but instead played Coretta Scott King opposite to Mary J. Blige, who played Shabazz. Bassett was surprised to learn after researching that Coretta initially refused Martin Luther King Jr.'s advances and called Mrs. King a modern-day iconic heroine. While being asked about what drew her to play real-life women, Bassett answered, "The respect that I have for their lives, their stories, vulnerabilities, strength, and resolve." 85. Bassett began filming her scenes during the latter part of the previous year. 86 Mary J. Blige, when asked about what kind of experience it was to work with Bassett, said that she was one of Angela's biggest fans while calling her an amazing woman. 87. The film received mixed reviews, including negative reactions from Ilyaza Shabazz and Bernice King, the daughters of Betty Shabazz and Coretta Scott King. Bassett appeared as Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs in the action thriller Olympus Has Fallen, released on March 22, 2013. Bassett was reported to have a role in the film in June 2012, the month before filming began. 88-89 In an interview with the Huffington Post, Bassett noted that there had never been a female head of the Secret Service, much less a woman of color. She called the decision to have a female African American Secret Service director a bold casting choice. Overall, Bassett viewed the film as authentic. 90 Bassett described working with Morgan Freeman as wonderful, but she admitted to being intimidated by him. She was impressed with the preparation of director Antoine Fuqua, who she said was just preparation to the hilt, and expressed her interest in working with him again. 91 She appeared in the 2013 film Black Nativity. She sang and it was seen as contributing to the film's blissful unreality. 92 She was asked by the film's director, Kasi Lemons, if she could sing, and Bassett admitted to lying to get the role. She joked to reporter Jennifer H. Cunningham, "Yes, I can sing, you didn't ask how well." Singing in a film was a new experience for Bassett, who had never had to sing before and had always lip-synced. 93. Bassett promoting American Horror Story, Coven at the 2014 Paley Fest. In 2013, Bassett appeared on FX TV show American Horror Story, Coven 72 as Marie Laveau, a voodoo witch. Bassett praised the writers, calling them amazing. 94 Her agent approached Ryan Murphy about her having a role in the series, and he told the agent that she was the person he had in mind for Marie Laveau. Bassett watched the previous seasons of the series before meeting with Murphy and found the writing wonderful and the characters so realized. 95 Bassett's performance earned her a nomination for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Miniseries or a Movie. She returned to the show for its fourth season American Horror Story, Freak Show, playing Desiree Dupree, a three-breasted woman. She received another nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Miniseries or a Movie. It was announced in May 2014 that Bassett would make her directorial debut with Whitney, a TV film based on the life of Whitney Houston, who Bassett had worked with previously. 96 Bassett had previously expressed interest in directing the year before. 91 It was announced in early June 2014 that Yaya Da Costa would play Houston in the film. Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, insulted Bassett on Twitter for not casting her as her mother in the film, to which Bassett admitted in an interview that she had never thought about casting Brown. 97 On June 11, 2014, Ruby Dee died from natural causes. Bassett had previously worked with her on Betty and Coretta and was reported to attend the Riverside Church Memorial for Dee on September 20, 2014. 98. In the 2015 film Survivor, Bassett portrayed United States Ambassador to the United Kingdom Maureen Crane. 99 In a negative review of the film, Mark Kermode lamented Bassett appears from behind closed doors like a celebrity guest on Stars in Their Eyes. 100. Bassett also voiced the character Six in the first-person shooter game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, as well as Anna Spanakopita in the Netflix series BoJack Horseman. In March 2016, Bassett appeared in London Has Fallen, reprising her role as Lynn Jacobs. 101 Bassett noted it was the very first sequel I've ever done and that she had been excited at the prospect of another film after the initial success of Olympus Has Fallen. 102 In June 2016, the Human Rights Campaign released a video in tribute to the victims of the Orlando nightclub shooting. In the video, Bassett and others told the stories of the people killed there. 103 104 Bassett appeared in American Horror Story, Roanoke. She also directed its 6th episode, which aired on October 19, 2016. The episode marks the 3rd time a woman has directed the show. Co-creator Ryan Murphy praised Bassett in an interview with E! News, saying he told her she would do this big episode and you're going to knock it out of the park, and she did. And I've seen it time and time again with these women that we brought into this directing world that they're just killing it, and they're working twice as hard because they know they have a lot to prove. 105. In March 2017, Bassett appeared in Ake, an episode of the television series Underground. 106 Executive producer and director Anthony Hemingway said her character was written with Angela in mind and that the entire cast came to see Bassett the day she filmed her performance. 107 In May 2017, Bassett appeared in an episode of Master of None, portraying major character Denise's mother Katrin. 108 Lena Waithe wanted Bassett after being impressed by her previous work though was convinced she would turn down the role and said Bassett's inclusion influenced the series drastically with another layer of tension. 109 The writers of the series also favored Bassett for the role after seeing her performance in The Jacksons, An American Dream and related her character's evolution in that feature to Katrin. 110. In January 2018, Bassett joined the Fox first responder procedural drama 911, of which she is also an executive producer. 111 She plays Officer Athena Grant, wife to Robert Nash, and during the show's 5th season in 2022, the character made an appearance in an episode of its spin-off, 9-1-1, Lone Star. 112. In February 2018, Bassett starred in the acclaimed Marvel Cinematic Universe superhero film Black Panther as Queen Ramonda, mother of the titular character. She briefly reprised the role the following year in Avengers: Endgame. 113 114 115 116 In July 2018, she portrayed CIA Director Erica Sloan in the action spy film Mission: Impossible, Fallout. In December 2018, she voiced the Decepticon villain Shatter from the Transformers live-action film Bumblebee. In 2019, she joined the cast of Gunpowder Milkshake. 117. 2020s. Bassett provided the voice of Dorothea Williams in the Pixar animated film Soul, which was released on Disney Plus on December 25, 2020. She also became narrator of the Magic Kingdom nighttime spectacular Disney Enchantment that premiered on October 1, 2021. 118 In November 2022, she reprised her role as Ramonda in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. 119 Her performance in the sequel garnered her Best Supporting Actress awards at the 80th Golden Globe Awards, making her the first actor to win a major individual acting award for a film based on Marvel Comics 120 and at the 28th Critics' Choice Awards. She was also nominated for an Academy Award in the same category, which made her the first person in a Marvel Studios film to be nominated for an Academy Award in any acting category. 121 122 She then appeared alongside Millie Bobby Brown in the Netflix film Damsel, released in March 2024 to mixed reviews. 123 Bassett also starred as the President of the United States in Mission: Impossible, The Final Reckoning, released in May 2025. 124. Media image. Bassett is widely regarded as one of the finest actresses of her generation. 125 Bassett has portrayed real-life African American women who are usually strong and intelligent. Bassett said in 2001 that she liked those roles and added, "That's the image that I like to put out there, and those are the parts I'm attracted to. But not iron fist kind of strong, just self-assured. I'm nice too." 38. She has turned down roles which she viewed as demeaning to her image. This is a career about images. It's celluloid, they last forever. I'm a black woman from America. My people were slaves in America, and even though we're free on paper and in law, I'm not going to allow you to enslave me on film, in celluloid, for all to see. And to cross the water, to countries where people will never meet people who look like me. So it becomes a bigger thing than me just becoming a movie star, and me just being on TV. So if you're going to show every black woman as 400 pounds or every black woman as the prostitute on the street. But I have always maintained that the roles I cannot do because of the way I'm made up, or because of the way I think, I don't begrudge that there is someone else who has no issues with that. 126. In December 2022, Bassett was named as part of the Hollywood Reporter's Women in Entertainment Power 100. 127 Time named her among its 2023 honorees for Women of the Year. 128. Personal life. Bassett with her husband Courtney B. Vance in 2007. Bassett married actor Courtney B. Vance in 1997. They first met at Yale School of Drama, then became a couple over a decade later, when their paths crossed again in Los Angeles. 129 In the summer of 2005, they starred together in a production of His Girl Friday at the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The couple's twins were carried by a surrogate. 130. Bassett is a supporter of programs for the arts, especially for youth. She annually attends events for children with diabetes and those in foster homes. She is an active ambassador of UNICEF for the United States and a member of the West Angeles Church of God in Christ. Bassett is a supporter of the Royal Theater Boys and Girls Club in her hometown of St. Petersburg, Florida. 131 132. She is represented by the Executive Speakers Bureau of Memphis, Tennessee. 133. In early 2007, Bassett donated $2,300 to the presidential primary campaign of Barack Obama. 134 Bassett supported Obama in his re-election campaign. In June 2012, she made an appearance at the St. Petersburg office of his campaign and said the election was not one where we can sit on the sidelines. 135. Bassett attended the second inauguration of Barack Obama on January 21, 2013. 136 She endorsed Hillary Clinton for president during the 2016 United States presidential election, saying bar none, Clinton would make a great president. 137. Bassett also spoke at the 2016 Democratic National Convention, introducing survivors of the previous year's Charleston church shooting, an incident about which she spoke during her remarks. 138. Bassett was initiated as an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority on July 13, 2013. 139. She is a Pentecostal evangelical Christian and a member of the West Angeles Church of God in Christ, Church of God in Christ, located in Los Angeles. 140. Filmography. Main article, Angela Bassett Filmography. Awards and nominations. Main article, List of awards and nominations received by Angela Bassett. In 2018, she received a Doctorate of Fine Arts, Honorary Doctorate, from Yale University and a Doctorate of Humane Letters, Honorary Doctorate, from Old Dominion University in 2022. 141 142 143. Over the course of her career, Bassett has received multiple awards and nominations, including 2 Golden Globe Awards, an Actor Award, Outstanding Cast for Black Panther, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, as well as nominations for 2 Academy Awards, 9 Emmy Awards and a BAFTA Award. Her Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, 2022, marked the first time an actor was Oscar nominated for a role in a Marvel film. Bassett was awarded an Academy Honorary Award, also known as an Honorary Oscar, at the Governor's Awards presentation on January 9, 2024, recognizing her lifetime achievement in the film industry. London Has Fallen is a 2016 political action thriller film directed by Babak Najafi and written by Creighton Rothenberger, Katrin Benedikt, Chad St. John, and Christian Gudegast. It is the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen, 2013, and second installment in the Has Fallen film series, and stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman, with Alan Money about Bull, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster, Jackie Earle Haley, Melissa Leo, Radha Mitchell, Sean O'Brien, and Waleed Zouater in supporting roles. In the film, Secret Service agent Mike Banning must protect United States President Benjamin Asher from terrorists who orchestrated a threat against the G7 during the British Prime Minister's funeral in London. Filming began in London on October 24, 2014. The film was released in the United States by Focus Features under their recently revived Gramercy Pictures label on March 4, 2016. It grossed $205.9 million worldwide and received negative reviews. A third film, titled Angel Has Fallen, was released on August 23, 2019. Plot: G8 intelligence services locate Pakistani arms trafficker and terrorist mastermind Amir Barkawi at his compound and authorize a drone strike during his daughter's wedding, killing Barkawi's family and presumably Barkawi himself. 2 years later, the British Prime Minister James Wilson has suddenly died, and the G7 leaders prepare to attend his funeral in London. Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs assigns Agent Mike Banning to lead US President Benjamin Asher's overseas security detail, although Banning's wife Leah is shortly to give birth. Air Force One lands at Stansted Airport, and Banning arranges an earlier arrival at Somerset House in London via Marine One. As Asher's presidential car arrives at St. Paul's Cathedral, an army of mercenaries led by Barkawi's son Cameron launch coordinated attacks on the city. They are disguised as Metropolitan Police, the Queen's Guardsmen, and other first responders, killing the leaders of Canada, Germany, Japan, Italy, and France. They damage major landmarks and generate mass panic. Asher's early arrival throws off the St. Paul's attack, and Banning returns Asher and Jacobs to Marine One. Islamic terrorists with Stinger missiles force a crash landing in Hyde Park, killing Jacobs. Banning escorts Asher into the London Underground as the city's power is lost and residents shelter indoors. In Washington, D.C., Vice President Alan Trumbull investigates the incident with British authorities while trying to track down Asher. He receives a call from Barkawi, still alive and in Sana'a. Seeking revenge for the drone strike that killed his daughter and having poisoned Wilson to lure the G7 leaders to London, Barkawi promises to live stream Asher's execution when Cameron captures him. Trumbull orders his staff to locate Barkawi's businesses to find any connection to the attack, while British authorities stand down all first responders so those left in the open can be identified as terrorists. After leaving a sign to be picked up by satellite, Banning leads Asher to a safe house, where MI6 agent Jacqueline Marshall briefs them. Marshall receives a voice message from Trumbull that they saw Banning's sign, and an extraction team is en route. Security monitors display an approaching Delta Force team, but Banning realizes they are actually Barkawi's men. He kills them all and drives away with Asher, but their car is struck before they can reach the US Embassy, and Asher is taken. Banning is rescued by an SAS extraction team, who suspect a mole in the British government. Trumbull's staff identify a building owned by one of Barkawi's front companies, drawing massive power despite being seemingly unoccupied, and deduces it as Cameron's headquarters. Banning infiltrates its icons before Cameron can kill Asher on live coverage. Kamran escapes when his brother, Sultan Mansur, drops a grenade before being killed, forcing Banning to protect Asher from the blast. They escape just before the building is destroyed by the SAS, using an explosive Banning had planted earlier, killing Kamran and the remaining terrorists. Marshall helps British authorities restore London's security system and, discovering that MI5 intelligence chief John Lancaster is Barkai's mole, kills Lancaster when he resists arrest. Trumbull tells Barkai that his plan failed, moments before another drone strike kills him. 2 weeks later, as London recovers, Banning is home with Leah and their newborn child Lynn, named after Jacobs. As he drafts a resignation letter, he watches Trumbull speak on television about recent events. Inspired, Banning deletes the letter. Cast: Gerard Butler as Secret Service agent and former Army Ranger RRC Mike Banning. Aaron Eckhart as President Benjamin Asher. Morgan Freeman as Vice President Alan Trumbull. Alan Mani Aboutbul as Amir Barkai, a Pakistani international arms trafficker and terrorist mastermind who is number 6 on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Angela Bassett as Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs. Robert Forster as United States Army General Edward Clegg, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Jackie Earl Haley as White House Deputy Chief of Staff D.C. Mason. Melissa Leo as Defense Secretary Ruth McMillan. Radha Mitchell as Leah Banning, Mike's wife. Sean O'Brien as NSA Deputy Director Raymond Rowe. Waleed Zouatar as Kamran Barkai, Amir's son and sub-commander. Charlotte Riley as MI6 agent Jacqueline Jax Marshall. Colin Salmon as Sir Kevin Hazard. Commissioner, credited as Chief, of the Metropolitan Police. Brian Larkin as SAS Commander Will Davies. Patrick Kennedy as MI5 Counterintelligence Chief John Lancaster. Mehdi Dibai as Sultan Mansur, the terrorist hacker. Adel Ben-Sharif as Rasa Mansur, Sultan's brother and a terrorist. Michael Wildman as Secret Service Agent Boyd. Andrew Plevin as Secret Service Agent Bronson. Deborah Grant as Doris, Leah's mother. Clarkson Guy Williams as British Prime Minister Leighton Clarkson. Penny Downey as Home Secretary Rose Kenter. Philip Delancey as French President Jacques Maynard, who is killed by a Thames cargo barge planted with explosives. Alex Giannini as Italian Prime Minister Antonio Gusto, who is killed by an explosion at Westminster Abbey. It was Giannini's last movie role before his death on October 2, 2015. 6-7. Elsa Malien as Viviana Gusto, Antonio Gusto's wife. Nancy Baldwin as German Chancellor Agnes Bruckner, who is killed by Islamic terrorists disguised as royal guards at Buckingham Palace. Nigel Whitmay as Canadian Prime Minister Robert Bowman, who is killed by a bomb planted under his limousine as it passes Trafalgar Square. Julia Montgomery Brown as Mrs. Bowman, Robert Bowman's wife. Tsuyoki Saotome as Japanese Prime Minister Tsutomu Nakushima, who is killed when the Chelsea Bridge is destroyed while his car is sitting in traffic. In addition, the MSNBC news anchor Lawrence O'Donnell appears, uncredited, as an unnamed news anchor reporting on the developments in London, reprising his role from the first film. Production. Casting. In October 2013, it was announced that Butler, Eckhart, Freeman, Bassett, Leo, Forster, and Mitchell would reprise their roles from Olympus Has Fallen. 8 production had been scheduled to begin in May 2015 in London, with Creighton Rothenberger and Katrin Benedikt returning to write the script. Director Antoine Fuqua, however, did not return, due to his commitments with The Equalizer. 9 On May 1, 2014, it was announced Focus Features had acquired distribution rights to the sequel, and would release the film on October 2, 2015. 10 On August 18, 2014, it was announced that Charlie Countryman director Frederick Bond would take over direction from Fuqua 11, but Bond left the film on September 18, 6 weeks before the shooting was to begin. 12 On September 28, director Babak Najafi signed on to direct the film. 13 On October 10, Jackie Earle Haley joined the film to play Deputy Chief Mason. 14 On November 4, 2014, in a press release confirming that filming had started, it was also confirmed that Sean O'Brien was reprising his role from the first film, while Alan About Bull, Charlotte Riley, and Waleed Zouatar were also in the cast. 15 On November 12, Mehdi Dbai joined the film to play Sultan Mansour, the youngest of three brothers whose life has been forever changed after a drone strike. 16 Scotsman Brian Larkin, who plays SAS Commander Will Davies, joined the cast as a posh English guy, but Najafi and Butler made an on-set decision to have him use his natural Scottish accent. 17. Filming. Principal photography began on October 24, 2014, in London. 18 4 weeks of shooting were to take place, involving actors Freeman, Eckhart, Bassett, and Melissa Leo, before a break for Christmas. Butler and Angela Bassett were seen filming in Somerset House. 19 Production also took place at Pinewood Studios. 20 Butler stated in an interview that the movie was also filmed in India and was to continue in Bulgaria. 21 Then President of Bulgaria, Rosen Plevneliev, visited the set of London Has Fallen during filming at the Boyana Film Studios in Bulgaria. 22-23 Filming lasted through April 2015. 13. Score. The music was composed and conducted by Trevor Morris, who provided the score for the first film. 24 The record was released on March 4, 2016, by Backlot Music. 25 The score was recorded at Abbey Road Studios with the Chamber Orchestra of London. On May 20, 2015, Focus Features relaunched their Gramercy Pictures label for action, horror, and science fiction releases, with London Has Fallen being one of Gramercy's first titles. The film was planned for an October 2, 2015 release.